It cannot fly. We can't pay 60,000 naira minimum wage. State governors reject the 60,000 naira minimum wage proposal. Can you imagine? State governors are rejecting 60,000 naira minimum wage to their workers in the state. Why? Meanwhile, the security vote, what are they doing with it? They are getting their own money steadily. The lawmakers in the state, the members of the state House of Assembly are getting their money. The governors are getting their money. Okay, give the local government their money for their own administration. You refuse. So why can't you pay 60,000? Eh? All these governors, their own SSC is also getting too much. Because sometimes we leave them and focus on presidency most of the time. While the presidency also have their own issues, the governors have a lot of issues as well. The Nigerian Governors Forum has met and rejected the 60,000 naira minimum wage proposed by the federal government. So this contradicts the federal government's commitment to a minimum wage exceeding 60,000 naira. So according to the governors, 60,000 naira as minimum wage is not sustainable and cannot fly. Recall that the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, went on strike on Monday, protesting the federal government's proposal of 60,000 naira as the minimum wage, which they deemed unacceptable. So reacting in a statement released on Friday, the Nigerian Governors Forum said there is a need for a realistic and sustainable minimum wage that considers the broader socioeconomic implications. The statement reads in part, the Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, is in agreement that a new minimum wage is due. The forum also sympathizes with labor unions in their push for higher wages. However, the forum urges all parties to consider the fact that the minimum wage negotiations also involve consequential adjustments across all cadres, including pensioners. So the NGF cautions parties in this important discussion to look beyond just signing a document for the sake of it. Any agreement to be signed should be sustainable and realistic. So all things considered, the NGF holds that the 60,000 naira minimum wage proposal is not sustainable and cannot fly. So it will simply mean that many states will spend all their FAAC fiscal allocations on just paying salaries with nothing left or development for development purposes. Can you imagine? Why can't you look inwards and look at your potentials of increasing your IGR in your state, your solid minerals, your economic activities in your state, or your tourism in your state? Why can't you look inwards and increase your IGR through developing your potentials? So until you get money from federal government, you won't do anything. And if what federal government is giving you is not sufficient for something, you won't do it. What about your potentials to increase your IGR in your state? You can't look at that. These governors are very lazy, I'm telling you. So in fact, a few states will end up borrowing to pay workers every month. We do not think this will be in the collective interest of the country, including workers. So we appeal that all parties involved, especially the labor union, consider all the socioeconomic variables and settle for an agreement that is sustainable, durable, and fair to all other segments of the society who have legitimate claim to public resources. So this decision comes amidst ongoing negotiations between the government and the labor unions, who have also expressed dissatisfaction with the proposed wage. The thing here is that the governors are very lazy. The governors are very, very lazy. That is the truth. The states are supposed to be richer than the federal. The states are supposed to produce and then pay to the federal. So how come that now that only the oil money coming from Niger Delta to the federal is what is sustaining the whole country, and the governors have failed to look inward and see what they can do? That is bad. That is terribly very bad. Now they're telling the federal government they cannot pay 60,000 naira minimum wage because the governors will borrow money. There's no money anywhere. What is happening to all the natural resources in your state? what is happening to tourism resources in your state, what is happening to all other potentials you have to increase your IGR. So if it is not the allocation you're getting from federal government, you can't do anything, because you're telling us that you will end up spending your allocation for federal government only for paying salaries, and some states may end up borrowing to pay just salaries. How? So why can't you look inwards? Now, what for these people? Now, in the comment section, somebody say any government not ready to pay should resign. Okay? It's as simple as that. Why had God given us so much wicked leaders? Not be smart, Please read the articles again. I think you are the one who really needs to read the post again. Exactly. How can you say read the articles again? He has read it. They say they cannot pay $6,000 minimum wage. What else do you want him to read? That's bad. How realistic are you? So 85% of state resources should go for less than 5% of gullible workers, Abi. How many of these state workers are productive? Your name shows how gullible your people are on national issues. Can you imagine what this one is saying here? But such governors should give to another that will know how to grow state wealth. Exactly. Lazy fools that have nothing to offer their states, only came to steal from state treasury. That is it. Grow your wealth in the state. You should think of how to grow your wealth. That is it. It is like you have not eaten for a while. You are seeing blurry images. What do you mean? How can you be insulting somebody? That is true. They are 419 government. Only fools are being deceived here. Arranged rejection. Definitely the governors who are not prepared to pay the approved minimum wage should resign as a governor. That is it. They should go home. They don't have anything to offer. They truly don't have anything to offer. They truly don't have anything to offer. Because they are elected to pay salaries of unproductive workers. What are you thinking? Who is unproductive and who is productive and who is unproductive? If somebody is unproductive, you retire the person. If workers are unproductive, I wonder who is. That is it. What are they producing themselves? So if they are unproductive, make them productive. Are they forced on you? Why are you a governor? Or you resign? That is it. If you know they're not productive, make them productive, or you retire them, or you yourself should resign as a governor. I bet you the northern governors will be at the forefront of the rejection. Sure, because they don't think. That is the truth. They don't think. They don't think. It's quite an unfortunate situation. Let the governors look inwards, grow their wealth, pay their workers, and then also be able to make savings. So it means that these states are not contributing anything to federal because they are not growing their own IGR, and they don't have plan to grow their IGR. They are only stretching their leg, waiting for allocation to come from Abuja, and then they will share. And that allocation coming from Abuja is coming for a few certain states. So why can't other states produce something? Nothing. Lazy governors. So that is what is happening. Thank you for listening. Let's have your comment.